So the Twitter and crypto space is obviously buzzing about what is likely going to go down as the most significant hack in, Twitter's like short-lived, maybe like particularly moving forward, short-lived history. Malicious attackers were able to gain control of a laundry list of prominent Twitter accounts, the accounts of major figures in tech, finance, politics. All these accounts were compromised in order to push a fairly common, you send one, we send two back Bitcoin scam, right? So hijacked accounts include Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Kanye West, CZ, Andreas Antonopoulos, Apple, Square's Cash App, PayPal, hundreds more, even me. Just kidding. They didn't target me. All of which, all of those accounts were then used to post a brief message explaining how, they're giving back to their followers in an effort to dupe people into sending funds to a Bitcoin wallet address. So in case you did not see it yesterday evening, here's an example of what the tweets looked like yesterday. Of course, the most vulnerable users to such a scam are going to be existing cryptocurrency enthusiasts and hodlers, particularly of Bitcoin in this case. So it's no surprise that, when these high profile accounts were attacked in this massive breach of Twitter's system, that some of them, or at least the most prominent ones, were crypto exchanges, right? Binance, Coinbase, Gemini, Wobi, and other crypto exchanges were targeted as well. The attackers even hijacked the Bitcoin Twitter account, the @Bitcoin Twitter account, to target even more of our fellow Bitcoin brethren. Probably the most high profile target in this attack was Elon Musk. He's fairly active on Twitter anyways, and he is known to tweet about cryptocurrency topics on occasion. His safe word is not Bitcoin. His tweet was among the first to have been noticed and really raised the alarm bells in the cryptocurrency community. But despite that, and even though we've seen this over and over and over again, within 10 minutes of the tweet being published, the wallet address boasted 3.64 Bitcoin, about $35,000 in just a few minutes, right? Now, the original tweet did come from the Elon Musk account, and it was deleted quickly. However, a second version was published soon thereafter. And this would suggest that Twitter, even after being aware that Elon Musk is sending out Bitcoin scam tweets, that they had not secured the account yet, or that they could. Several hours after the platform-wide attack became apparent to everyone, hundreds more of such tweets were going out every few minutes from various blue checkmark Twitter accounts. And this suggests that Twitter was indeed struggling with getting a grip on the exploit taking place. Now, the financial damage seems to have been limited. In the end, the attacker managed to net only 12 Bitcoin, about $120,000 worth of USD at current valuations. Perhaps that dump was them selling it. Now, despite that, the fallout has been swift, though. Many high-profile non-crypto personalities, such as this New York Times journalist Josh Barro, calling on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to be banned. Right? We wouldn't have to deal with this if they were legal. Well, you guys would say that about guns for a long time. From my cold dead hands, you guys said that about alcohol back in the 1920s. You guys said that about race cars. You have to deal with ways to educate society and use technology properly. So, although Bitcoin was merely used as the form of payment, and Bitcoin itself was not compromised in any way, shape, or form, and this depended entirely on gullible individuals willingly sending their funds to the attacker, this incident certainly does stand to tarnish Bitcoin's reputation among normies and casual observers, because it is now once again associated with scams and online criminals. Now, using Bitcoin for these sorts of scams, has one flaw, of course, which is that every transaction on the blockchain is public. Not anonymous, it's pseudonymous. And therefore, we can pretty much easily trace whatever goes down. Now, the attacker, who made off with over 12 Bitcoin, is going to have to go to pretty big lengths in order to obscure his on-chain trail, and he has just made enemies. So we got this article from Decrypt today, and it explores, why, despite Bitcoin's ability to be easily tracked, the attacker chose to run the scam using Bitcoin instead of something like Monero, which is private by default. The first reason, somewhat obvious, Bitcoin is significantly easier to purchase, and it's by far the most popular cryptocurrency in the world. It's instantly recognizable. Everybody knows what Bitcoin is. And a privacy coin like Monero may have been the superior choice for such a crime, but most users reading the fake tweets would have probably never heard of something like Monero. I'm assuming that a lot of this Bitcoin might have come from individuals that just rushed out, bought it, and didn't really hold crypto before. Now, Monero addresses are also super long. Just being real. So it would have, left a lot less room for the remaining body of text. And not to speak ill of, Bitcoin folk, but Monero users are on average generally a little bit more sophisticated and less vulnerable to such a blatant scam, because pretentious cryptocurrency, not pretentious, but I'm just saying, like everybody's into Bitcoin. You got to be a special kind of person to be into Monero, right? Now, interestingly enough, the Twitter attacker seems to have left a little bit of a hidden message in a series of his transactions, kind of a little, avant-garde. Just looking at his TX ID, right? Or his outputs, the way he decided to mix his UTXO splits here. But together they read, you take risk when you use Bitcoin for your Twitter game. Bitcoin is traceable. Why not use Monero? And this suggests the attacker was very, very self-aware of the risk that he was taking by using Bitcoin for their particular scam. Now, again, this kind of seems like a message from somebody else to the attacker, but it is certainly the attacker's TXs. So not really sure what's going on here. Speculate in the comment section, because this is interesting, weird, neat, awkward. And who knows? They'll probably make a video about it. So lead Monero developer Ricardo always pronounce his name wrong. Ricardo Spagni, Fluffy Pony, chimed in on the Monero reference in this tweet that he put out earlier, writing, Bitcoin is 1 billion times easier to buy than Monero. It has a name that is instantly recognizable. Most of the people that saw the tweets would never even heard of Monero. Bitcoin addresses are significantly shorter than Monero, leading to more spaces in the tweet. So exactly what we talked about. But back to the scam, let's look at the stats here. Let's look at the victims that were affected by this. The on-chain analytics crypto quant posted this following data. 388 victims sent Bitcoin to the address. 4.8 Bitcoin has made its way into Mixer so far. And no Bitcoin from the scam has gone on to exchanges yet. So now, as for how the attackers managed to get this unprecedented back-end access to the Twitter platform, this is where it gets really interesting, because Twitter itself seems to have acknowledged that the attacker gained access by targeting Twitter employees in admins in a social engineering attack. So Twitter got SIM swapped. What happened? This is great. Getting a little more nuanced here. According to Asiya Bawan on Twitter, he says that in the following post, a Twitter employee was approached via a Discord gaming channel and eventually paid off to get access to their admin panel. So this was a direct, certainly social engineering, but the guy was willing. He's like, yeah, it's me 2,000 for that. I'll give you the password. Still, the damage could have been a lot worse. The attackers did gain access to some of the most influential people's accounts, politicians, and brands in the world. But they used it to deploy a relatively harmless Bitcoin scam. Right? Now, imagine instead if they would have done probably what I would have done if I would have had the keys to the kingdom here, placing a highly leveraged position on the markets, open up a big, 100x short, 50x short, because you don't want to take that risk, 50x short, all in, and then just posting from every politician's account, every company, everywhere that Bitcoin is no longer accepted, right? Spread FUD. International crackdown on Bitcoin, something similar. Or if you had Elon tweet something, which would have sent Tesla stock tumbling. Now I want to look at a tweet from Vitalik. Yeah, so Vitalik points out in this recent tweet that it could have been a lot worse, right? So, again, he sums it up here pretty well. Now, funny enough, Twitter has since taken steps to automatically censor any posts that contain any strings that resemble cryptocurrency addresses, with whale alerts being one of the worst affected by the new security policies. That's why you're not seeing their tweets. They are active on Telegram. Go check their Telegram. You get all the whale alerts that you want there. Now, on the positive side, if this whole debacle has one silver lining, it's that perhaps this very common Bitcoin scam has finally been exposed to enough people. The send one, receive two scam has been a widespread, particularly in fake YouTube giveaway live streams, and it seems to always catch the unaware or newcomers inside the crypto community. So perhaps, hopefully, the profile of this attack was so high that we have finally gotten the message out to enough people out there, what this sort of scam looks like, and to avoid anything similar in the future. And this doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Bitcoin. It really has to do with your own naivete. Now, other positive takeaways are highlighted in this CoinDesk op-ed as well. The blow to Twitter's reputation is one thing, but centralized platforms are vulnerable to this point of failure. And of course, because they're vulnerable to this is an issue that can cascade into major online disasters. Incidents like this can move the online world closer to embracing decentralized solutions, where users are not at the mercy of a trusted third party that is vulnerable to these types of security holes, and millions of normal people will eventually be grasping for this, maybe for the first time today. So on the bright side, it is incidents like this that generate the impetus, the demand, the need for decentralized solutions and alternatives, which is exactly what we want to promote and promulgate to the world. So let me know your guys' thoughts and comments in the section down below. And let me know, if you had the keys to the kingdom like this, if you had control of Twitter for one day, would you have gone long or short, right? Would you have spread FUD or positive news? Let me know. Battle it out.